look a little darker. I don't know why. Usually brighter. We got all the lights.
You need brighter light in front of us, that's why.
Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah, let me turn this.
We can even turn this one behind me off.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we good now. We good.
We can probably turn this one off.
Yeah, that's good.
Why? That's better, right?
Yeah. All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we start, we want to give all the praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chakarash. Then once to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all fellow laborers of the hopefully elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Which most of them brothers are probably live right now. Bringing out the word, going into prophecies, going into exhortation. These are things that we're gonna continue to increase as we move closer, to the day of the Lord. All right, it's time to be more critical. Be more mindful of the times that we're living in and what we're coming into. Expecting that through much tribulation, we shall enter into the kingdom. So it's going to be a lot of tests, a lot of tempting of your faith.
Yeah.
A lot of that is going to take place, man. We know about the ultimate test, the big test that's going to come our way. All right, the hour of temptation. So we got to spend the time to prepare ourselves, spiritually, mentally, and completely detach and flee Babylon spiritually. Be prepared to be completely detached from this current setup.
Can I,
Yeah.
bro. Could I say what the Elder Yashwamba said on A stream?
Yep.
Going into kind of what you said, he said that don't mean going on Monday and quit your job. That's not what it means. Basically saying not being with the things that's happening in the society. And when it comes to your job, when that point of making a choice of keeping your job or keeping your integrity in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, then that's when you quit your job.
Right.
But not until then. You don't go in there and be like, fuck you, I'm Israelite. That's not the time for that.
That's not using
That time's coming though. That time is coming.
That's not using
This
wisdom.
could be the year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sorry, what you said, bro?
I said that's not using wisdom.
Right.
Because the closer and closer we get, the more we're going to have to rely on the wisdom of the scriptures, or the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because we have to, like the brother was saying, we have to separate. Separate from your flesh, because your flesh is going to tell you, "Oh, I need this job." Your flesh is going to tell you, continue to try to maintain and prosper. When the spirit is going to tell you to, like the brother said, detach from this place.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. This is 1 John 2, and I'll start here at I'm gonna start at 14. It says, I have written unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I have written unto you, young men, because ye are strong, and the word of Yahweh Shem Shai abideth in you, and ye have overcome the wicked one. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
Amen. Especially just in the direction of things, the way things are going.
Yep.
Like, if you have any kind of love for this place at this point, then you're clearly an enemy of the Most High.
Yeah.
And you ain't sighing and crying, man. You're not disgusted with the things that you're seeing. The behavior in the people. All right, the things, the abominable things that Esau is trying to establish in his current society, man. Then you're not a man of the Lord. And the love of the Father is definitely not in you.
Right.
I mean, this society is going off the deep end, man.
If you, Slacky, bro, but if you're looking for one more day in this life, we should be earnestly pursuing a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Every day when we come together and talk, or just on the chat and just seeing different stuff, brothers are sighing and crying, man. Just like, man, we got to fuck out of here, man. Like, if once this is, we know it's going to continue a little while and get worse, but damn, from here, this shit, like, I can't even say thank you, sir, to a man. Like, I can't say that no more. Like, certain shit, and this is where it's at now, and it ain't bad yet.
Yep.
It's getting there. Like you have to almost, like this past Christmas season, it ain't good enough for just being Santa. Now you gotta honor fucking the Grinch and fucking Krampus and shit. You gotta do all this extra shit now. You know, like this is just an opening for all this wickedness just to continue to pile on.
You got
That's the only thing coming in front of us is more wickedness.
You got trans Santa. You got all kind of just weirdo shit, man. And it's just only going to get worse from here on out. So, you know, what better spirit than to be in, you know, hastening the day of the Lord. You know, what was that? 2 Peter 3? Yeah.
Yeah, I got it right quick, because that's why I want to quote it, but I didn't grab it. 2 Peter, chapter 3.
You start at 10.
Yeah, 9 and 10 up in there. Which one y'all think? Verse 9, it says, the Lord is, yep, 9.
And shalom to all you Akim and you Akbar on the comment board. Shalom, we're about to thumb to you. Go ahead.
It says, verse 9, it says, 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, it says, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness. But
let me speak on that. Because you got certain Israelite groups whose their mindset is that day ain't gonna come any day soon.
Yeah.
So because we feel that way, we's gonna get cozy.
We'll try to
build and establish ourselves.
Yeah. These are Israelites. These ain't Christians. These are Israelites.
Israelites. I'm talking about Israelites.
Yeah.
They come in with more and more gimmicks, more world-friendly activities,
world-friendly doctrine.
So you don't even see the writing on the wall that the Lord is damn near getting ready to show up.
Yeah.
And you niggas still playing.
We don't see them getting more serious into the scriptures. We see them going further away.
And as they
delaying is coming.
And they're gaining more followers, but not edifying those followers. You bring the people in, but you're not telling them what they need to know. You're not telling them
they're not fruits for repentance.
Correct. And they're not going to remain, because Great Millstone. One thing you can say about Great Millstone, coming in, you know that what you're coming into.
Yeah.
And you gonna deny yourself things. You're gonna rehearse the righteous acts. You're gonna have faith. You're gonna do work. You're gonna edify. Like there's certain things. It ain't gonna be rap battles, big debates. You're not gonna get into that type of stuff for money and all of this. That's not what you're not gonna be persuaded by those other worldly things. You're gonna know that you're coming in to serve how about the King of the universe. Okay, and it's a very serious thing. I'm still reading. It says, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. But
so basically, the Lord he's staying faithful to his word, because we know that the scriptures tell you that his word does not return unto him void. It shall accomplish that which he please, and prosper where the thing where he sent it. But he's also kind of it feels like he's holding the time for the sake of making sure all the elect come to the knowledge of the truth and get sealed. Like, so he's like, all this time it's been about really the Lord putting everything in position, so that not only all the prophecies can be fulfilled, but also every soul that is of the elect that's appointed to repent, come into the knowledge of the truth, that they somehow, some way finally receive the word, the engrafted word, the ministry, the gospel. And once they hear it, sealed, that's it. Then the Lord can just move and get this thing over with.
I'm saying also that the word is preached to the four winds of the world. So Jake it's no excuse for Jake. No one can say that I didn't know about the truth. I didn't know I was an Israelite, because this truth is global.
The recent controversy with Ye and Kyrie, and then you had Nate. He came on the back of that and went on his little tour run. His little promo run. Well, now everybody's exposed to this thing.
The whole Barclay,
Barclay Center thing. That was controversial. It was viral. So everybody got to see this.
Sports Center.
I
think so.
So now you got Nate on comedy hype, and
Yeah.
you know, so people know.
And this, not just Nate, but you got with Kevin Cesariak went on some other platform.
Yeah.
So you have
He interviewed Ye on Clubhouse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So but that's showing you right there that the Lord, he's making it to where all of you, you're going to be without excuse, because you've all heard this.
Right.
All right, you've all heard it, and there's going to be some people that start to hear this through these controversial things, and they start to look further into it,
Right.
and the Lord directed them over to the way of the Lord.
That's right.
So hey, the fact that happened at the end of 2022, knowing what he's getting ready to come into in 2023, hey, it's going to be hell, but also it's going to be a open floodgate.
Yeah, I was gonna say heaven open.
A great awakening.
Jake,
Opportunity.
brothers, fruit.
A lot of fruit should be coming in 23.
Yeah.
For real. I mean, like with all the natural disasters and different shit.
Yeah.
It's going to take something.
Great awakening should be coming.
It's going to take something to pull Jake in, like whether it be a false flag, whether it be another shutdown. It's going, it's going to take something monumental for Jake to say,
that Jake can't ignore.
He can't ignore it, right?
Yeah, because that's in was that Hosea? They in their affliction,
Yeah,
when they shall seek me early.
Yeah.
Jake would wait till when shit gets tragic and it's looking like shit is all bad. That's when Jake gets serious.
Yeah.
Then they want to get they want to start seeking the Lord. They want to seek answers.
Also, a lot of all people, they have to see miracles. They have to see works in order to believe.
A great calling that's coming. A lot of Jake gonna be called, but they're gonna be part of the elect.
Niggas that just scared for the moment, that ain't fruit meat for repentance, man. That they should remain. They gonna come up short, but they gotta come in now.
Who's not sincere? Who's not really sincere?
And it's the spirit. I'll go right back. It's the spirit. Just a couple of the live streams that we was tuning into tonight. The different things that brothers have been talking about, and elders and whatnot have been talking about. About being leaders, about cleaning yourself up, about guiding other men to clean themselves up. These things are gonna be vital coming into this. And if everybody's getting clean, the ones that's niggas is gonna remain dirty, and you're gonna be able to spot them faster. So you gotta keep that cleanness around you, so to speak. Now, I digress, and let me go back to the precept. I'm fucked up. It says, but all should come to repentance. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. If I may speak on that real quick, as a thief in the night, the day of the Lord is coming, right? But every year that we make it to a December, we always hasten that day, man. We always know that, hey, this could be the one.
Yeah.
Because we can see it. We can see it getting closer and closer. And no, we were saying for 10 years, but we also saw it get closer and closer for the same 10 years.
We saw the Lord turn things up more and more.
Each year. We've been watching.
It's like each year outdoes the previous year.
That's right.
And judgments and
signs, miracles, prophecy. Yeah.
They just said the other day, you would have been able to see the alignment of all the different planets.
Yeah, all the planets in this solar system.
Yeah.
That's what I read. Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's something. That's something major right there.
When was the last time that happened? So they'll probably tell you 1,000 years ago or something like that. And that happening again, it's not going to happen until another million years or something.
But showing you how small a chance.
Yeah.
That it's not. It's improbable that you caught this moment in time and history, but we know that it's a sign that this moment is big also.
And that's showing the people the signs and the wonders in the heavens that the scriptures speak about that of these times.
Can I bring that up, Joel? Joel 2, right? Yep, Joel 2 and 30. No,
31, 20.
Which one?
They're like in the 20s.
I'll give you signs of vision.
yeah, I know Acts 2.
Yeah, 17.
You better want to
Because it's also in Acts, the second chapter as well.
Yeah. It's like
It's one of
it's toward the end of this one.
I think it's in Proverbs 4 too.
And there's one in
Yeah,
Luke 21.
Acts 2 and 19, and I will show wonders in heavens above and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke.
Mm.
The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood.
Blood moons.
Those they come every other month.
We've been getting a lot of those. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The alignment of the planets.
Yeah. And then it talked about the vapor of smoke. All of them are volcanic eruptions. We're getting a lot of them.
It was
All over the world, it was just volcanic activity.
It was 28.
You know, so
yeah.
hey,
all
when-
over.
so when people try to downplay, you know, these times, they're not paying attention.
Right.
The Lord is turning things up.
Mhm.
The Lord put the spirit on the apostle to coin this year, year of the Lord turning up, 2022.
Yep.
He did just that.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
did just that. He turned up on everything, man.
Yeah.
So if what we saw is an indication, then hey, what you think we in for 2023?
Right.
Hey, the worldly, I won't say prognosticators, the stargazers, but all these other forecasters, if you will, of the year to come, they're all saying everything bad. They're not. Nobody's talking about anything good coming in 2023.
No one's optimistic.
No, there's no optimism. They can see that there's no way that good things are coming. The inflation and just natural disaster. If you thought this, what was this called?
Bomb
cyclone. You thought this bomb cyclone was bad. Wait till next winter, and they start talking all kind of crazy madness, man. There's people still dying in the north right now. They're still frozen, and they haven't dug them out. Martial law in certain places, and this is just the beginning.
Yeah, they're issuing curfews in certain cities
Yeah.
because of a lot of shootings and violence increasing. So it's just all out chaotic right now.
The war's gonna turn up.
Yeah,
Chaotic. Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah.
You got China, Taiwan, North Korea, South Korea.
and not to mention those we were just talking about that where it goes into effect starting tomorrow, the 1st in Illinois and I believe Ohio.
Yeah.
Well, certain offenses, criminal offenses, are not going to be
Decriminalized.
Yeah.
Or it's not you're not going to be arrested
Yeah.
for these certain
You might get a
offenses.
ticket or a slap on the wrist and keep it pushing.
You'll get a ticket and more likely a court date, and that's it.
Mhm.
And the list is a heavy list.
Yeah,
It ain't
some
no
serious shit. Yeah.
it ain't no DUI shit. It's like manslaughter.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Prison houses are packed.
Yeah.
Packed with Jake, man.
Yep.
It's gonna come a time where they just gonna let all these
Let
criminals
all
out,
these
man.
Don't have to.
You take this C hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get out early.
And we can keep an eye on
That's a probation or something.
like Skeletor or shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Acts 2. Actually, I want to read 17 as well. Acts 2 and 17, it shall come to pass in the last days, said Yahweh, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams.
Yeah, and you had a lot of that going on too. A lot of brothers having spiritual dreams, sisters having visions, having dreams, and making testimony videos, and it's going to be more.
Even Jake that's not in the truth.
Yeah.
They have a terrified dream about the Lord coming back.
Mm-hmm.
They just do a video. And brothers catch it.
Yeah.
Yep.
with these visions that brothers and sisters are having, they're gonna become reality.
Yeah.
That's what people don't realize. It's not just, oh, I just had a dream, and that those dreams, those visions are gonna become reality, and it's gonna be like the movies, but you're gonna be in that movie.
In the movie, so like it's funny you brought a movie. In the movie Total Recall and the movie Inception, there's another one. Can't think of what was the other one, but the thing of the Matrix, and all of these movies, it was real when you were in it, and that feeling of how real it is gonna come back when you are awake. Yeah. That's what's gonna trigger these people to know that this is a dream I was having. This is, oh shit, it's real. Yeah, because when you're in that dream, it feels real.
Yeah.
Ezra.
Yeah, there you go.
He said, woe is me, who would deliver me in those days.
He knew.
He actually saw, the
When he
Lord
saw
gave him that
himself.
vision, he saw himself in it. It was like being a part of, like you in a sneak preview, but you're actually 3D in it.
Yeah, the Lord can make you feel pain like a dream. I had that.
If there was bombs going off in his dream, he felt the rock and the impact and all that in the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that's real. So, the prophets, they had to write these things down, and that's we're reading it now. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 18, and on my servants and on my handmaidens I will pour out in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy. And I will show wonders in the heavens above, and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before that great and notable day of the Lord come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Very important.
Yeah.
Got to know those names and got to exalt those names. Like we're so accustomed to calling upon those names that it's like a I'm trying to think of the term, but basically the Lord knows our voices every time he recognizes our voices every time he hears his name being called, because we call upon him as much. Whether it's in prayer, whether it's in giving him praises, we every time we do a lesson, we start it up with giving praises, glory, and honor to him. We gotta call upon that name, man. It says that the elect shall praise his holy name. His name it should be in you.
It should be, as the brother has said before, it should be an automatic response.
Every time.
That when good, bad, when just at all the times. It should be a response to it. Like, oh, call y'all, brother. Call Lord, y'all about to just it should be instant that your mind automatically goes to those names to praise them for good and bad. A lot of the bad is because you know what it is to refine you, and the good because you not being taken out by that bad.
And that shows you what spirit you're in all throughout your day. What's constantly in your mind, put it in your mind, the spirit of the Lord. It's not like, brothers, throughout our daily walk, we stay in the spirit. We try to stay in the spirit as much as possible by seeing spiritual things. And we see an article, we just constantly stay in the spirit because we know that's what's going to eventually get us through. Yes, when the hour of temptation comes, it's not like we got to get ready because we already been practicing these righteous acts. We've been practicing calling upon the name, leaning upon the Lord when we're, faced with temptation or adversity.
And I don't even
go ahead,
but it's important that we say this, that you newcomers, I hate to say it this way, but you that's new to the faith that's coming in, it's important that you get accustomed to trusting and truly giving your everything to this name and your service to this name. To these names, because we're being examples of that. But once you get on that vibration where you just locked in it, now that don't mean go to work and be super Israelite. That just means that it's in your mind, even at work. That is on the drive home, it's in your mind. Because you don't have a lot of time to as we've had to build that up in you. You know, we had more practice, so to speak, of it, but you guys got to get on point faster with it, okay? Because you're gonna need it, as we're gonna need it, you know. But just saying, at the time of locking that into your spirit, to where it's an automatic response, you don't have that same amount of time. You have more, right, brother?
Okay.
Somebody-
You was still reading.
I was reading. He was reading first,
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure if this brother was done reading.
No.
I need to read something real quick. We're speaking on the name.
Right.
We still got Second
Yeah,
Peter
yeah. So
3.
this brother got one too. Then we'll go back.
Psalms 20:7. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our power.
Yeah. Yep. Read that again, bro. For sure.
Okay, so let me just do the
Check,
verse.
yeah. See if it's
No, y'all read 6. Now know I that the Lord saveth his anointed. He will hear him from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our power. How about Shah?
Right.
And that's King David had that mindset. Like it was a spirit, because I went into a lesson earlier where, you know, when David went toe to toe with Goliath, and they were trying to put the armor on him.
Oh yeah.
They tried to, you know, equip him with weapons of war to fight Goliath, and he realized, like, what am I doing with this? I don't need this.
Yeah.
I can't use this.
Yeah.
And he took the helmet off. He got rid of the sword and just picked up that script with the stones in it, and he just you know, all he needed was Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
The Lord was in that stone, man.
Yeah. And he had that belief.
He had the belief, the conviction.
Yeah. And we're gonna need that coming into these times. You know, Jake see the videos and see the superhero movies and be like, yeah, we're gonna be like that. We're gonna be able to do this. Now, if you don't believe,
Right.
and it can't just be like, I think I can do it. No, you gotta believe it. Like, I'm about to teleport. I'm
Not
out
if you
here.
don't got the name.
Right.
You can't do these miraculous things
Exactly.
in the name of Most High Christ bless.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not happening. You know.
Mhm.
You still using those terms in that time, you're gonna be stuck, man.
Yep.
You ain't gonna last long.
Yeah. Ain't gonna be no answers.
Even if you do know the names, but you haven't been rehearsing the names, you haven't been telling your congregation to use those names, but you know them, you're gonna keep them to yourself. But they're not gonna do anything for you. If you call on the name Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Lord gonna say, I don't know you. When you start calling on my name, you know.
And you gotta be tried by crooked ways first, man.
Right. Because their doctrine wasn't based in the names of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right.
That's what it all goes back to. You've been practicing this. The Lord knows your name. You know, you call upon the Lord. Okay, I know that's my servant.
Yep.
This, you know, if you like, Lord, I don't know you.
You know, with Luke 6:46, and why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say?
Mm-hmm.
That's plain.
Yeah.
Yeah, when trouble and heaviness coming,
Yeah.
you know, Jake that haven't been calling on the name, you know, they just gonna you know, go in their house in the attic, you know, get an old ass artifact box and get the name out of it, you know, when that time comes. No, man, the Lord ain't dealing with that, man.
It showed you, you remember the video of the one Jake who was stopped by the police?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And
He said, roll one of them.
yeah, and he wouldn't even apply what the scriptures, you know, told him to do.
Yeah, it was shooting off. He saw laws and shit. Like you can't arrest
You
me.
did all that first,
blah.
yeah.
Yeah, if you put the book on a shelf, and when the time of trouble comes, you think you're just gonna pull it out,
Yeah.
and you're gonna
The spirit gonna be with you.
No, it ain't gonna work like that.
Yeah.
There's the name. Let me say it.
Yeah, you can tell too, man. And they sword don't be having no wrinkles, no ripped pages, nothing.
Yeah.
You know, no bruises or nothing on it.
Battle test.
Yeah, bro.
You're not gonna know where to even start. You're not gonna know. You're gonna be lost. You're gonna be
When I
confused.
first came in, I was trying to tell some of the people in the world that I knew, some of my friends I grew up around, and it hurt that's what got me to read and study, because I couldn't find no precepts. And I had about, 20 highlights in my sword. I couldn't find one highlight nowhere. out of the whole sword, I couldn't find. I was thumbing through nothing. I couldn't find. The spirit wouldn't let me find nothing.
No, that's what kind of happened to me too when I first came in. You know,
Can't find nothing, bro.
this girl asked me a question. I couldn't even, you know, get the scriptures and answer it for her. I was like, shit.
Exactly. It hurt, didn't it? Because you believed, but you couldn't prove it.
Yeah.
You guys know what?
If I might say too, you know, when we call on the name of Yahweh Shema, we feel something. We feel the power behind that name.
Yep.
And that
because
day,
we recognized it and we saw it work before.
right. And in that day, for those who do know the name of the Lord but haven't been calling on that name, they gonna try to call on that name, and they're not gonna feel nothing. It's gonna be void. It's Proverbs 3, starting at verse 5. Trust in the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. In all your ways, you know, submit to him. Understand that his presence is there, man. The Lord shows us each day. You know, he shows us through, you know, and sometimes it can be subtle to see if your eyes is open. You see a bunch of 144s and you know 444s and you know certain numbers 777. You know,
I see 666 too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
keep it balanced.
Yeah, keep that balance. Yeah, I see those too.
You know, that's 666. You know, that's the final final prophecy, basically.
Yeah.
The final test. Yeah.
And a lot of times when you see 144, 444, you know, 333, we see these numbers and we praise Yahweh Shem Shah, but take those as a warning to something may be prepared. The Lord may be preparing you for something to deal with something. So that, you know, don't take this all. We always see it as a good thing that the Lord's dealing with, but you got to take that also as, hey, the Lord is showing me this to prepare me. You know, because you know we don't know what's to come. You know, we know that these calamities, these plagues are going to be heightened. So
just know it's great tribulation,
right?
For you to be a part of that number.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Peter.
Yeah, you go back.
Back in 2 Peter, chapter 3, I am at verse 10 again. It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat."
What's going to do that? It's the thermonuclear destruction, the second death. The Lord got planned for this place.
It's a reality, and we're watching the reality of that leading up to happen right now. Putin is talking about it's not off the table. We fuck around, press the button. Keep fucking with us. Press the button. It's not out of a first response. He said it could possibly be a first response to press the button. That's how close we are.
See, right now we're in the war and rumor world, war and rumors of war stage, where it's constantly headlines, there's constantly more words between these ruling kings of these nations.
Yep.
But on the particular day when the action finally goes down, it ain't gonna just be just words. The Lord's gonna just put the spirit on them, and it's just gonna happen. And it's gonna catch everybody off guard. It's gonna be unexpected. While everybody's being distracted and entertained and going about their day, shit is just gonna get real out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And we ain't gonna have to say it's coming.
Right.
We ain't have to say, oh, it's getting ready to pop. It's, you know, no, it's now it's happening. It's going down.
And we won't be able to say that because we don't know.
Yep.
We don't know when that time. We see the signs, we see the prophecies taking place, but
we know it will happen.
It's kind of
It's gonna happen. We have to expect it.
Yeah, we got to stay on our toes.
The Lord is using us to speak it before it happens.
Was Moses still speaking it when it started raining? Nah, he was sealed up.
Noah.
No, it's like Noah. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Noah, nah, he was sealed up.
We're constantly talking about this day, you know, that day, that final day, that judgment time. we're talking about it so much. We can't get caught by surprise.
Mhm.
We're like brother said, we have to expect it.
True, I'm like,
You know, we're literally just sending out the message.
Blowing that trumpet.
You know,
I had something real quick because we were talking about the Lord, coming at any time. This is Revelations 3:3. Remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast and repent. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come as a thief. I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee.
Did anybody catch that? It was a few months ago or whatever, or it's probably an older video, but I think it went around. It was that the things that thieves look for in people and basically in victims, they don't move. They're not aware. They're not well put together.
Yeah.
That was the main thing that they look for. If you're not well put together and you're not aware, they know to strike you.
You're a target.
You're a target
Becoming
now
so-
because you just kind of caught up in yourself. You're all on your phone. You're not paying attention you're not circumspect.
And that's exactly how these people, see, these peons, they're conditioned for the slaughter, because these people, they don't know how to not be distracted.
Right. They're looking for distractions.
That's like their initial reflex is to I gotta find something to be entertained or distracted from. You know.
While I'm sitting here on the train, that's so lucky. But while I'm sitting on the train, let me do something in between. Let me read this. Let me watch this. And they just not paying attention to the fucking thug. They just robbing everybody coming down the train.
Right.
You know, that's how the Lord is gonna catch people, man. Because y'all not paying attention. I didn't mean to cut you, bro. That's a lot.
No. I mean but that's why the scripture is saying what it's saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Paul was basically exhorting the church and saying, I have no need to write unto you because you already know what time. You're already watching. You're already doing what you're supposed to do. That's why he said, let us not be, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. You know, be alert. You know, pay attention. Keep your eyes open. The Lord said these things will happen. Pay attention. Be was that 2nd Ezra 9? Measure out the times diligently. Okay.
And the beauty of being circumspect is the things that are coming. You're not just going, I'm only watching for World War III. No, you got to watch for martial law. You got to watch for lawlessness in the street, the purge type. And because come tomorrow, Brother named a few of the states already is just open. And he said, I think Texas has that open carry, and you mentioned a concealed carry.
Concealed carry, and
in
Alabama, you don't have to have a license for concealed carry.
You don't have to have a license to conceal carry. I mean, if you got a burner, bro, you can just let it pop off whenever you see fit.
Hey,
somebody else was talking about the right to defend yourself against the police.
Yeah.
That's something else. So you can actually do a shootout with the Indiana.
If they illegally enter into your home,
you shoot it out with
them.
But who's to know if it's illegal? How are you gonna figure that out before it happened or after? Or while it's happening? It's gotta be after.
If you know you didn't do shit and somebody kicks in your door, you
shoot it out.
You got the right to defend yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And there's been a lot. How many cases have we not seen where police break in the wrong place and kill the wrong person? And get away with it.
That's taking a place. That's happening a lot lately.
Yeah.
You know, where they take niggas to jail and like, yo, y'all got the wrong house.
Yeah.
That's if you didn't move suddenly because you're waking up or whatever.
But see, I'm glad that these devils are doing that, because really, you know, we know what they want. They want to set the stage for chaos, you know, lawlessness, so that they can bring in the order, you know, enforce order. But ultimately, it's playing in the prophecy, because the people gonna get fed up. It's lawlessness. People restless. They're sick of the oppression. People starting to, you know, open their eyes to certain shit that's coming from their own government. It's gonna lead to sedition. 2nd Ezra 15. All right. One people shall fight against another and swords in their hands. That got to be fulfilled. So that makes sense that, y'all can have your guns. even though they're trying to work on getting rid of what they call ghost guns.
Yep.
They've been framing all these false flags so they can blame it on the ownership of weapons, because all these Edomites,
Yep.
they're buying up all the guns and ammunition. You know, they trying to scare people into not having weapons, but that's actually motivating people to get more tooled up.
Yeah, and it's great. And well, the chaos got to ensue where you're talking about more people are buying guns.
Yeah,
At the same time, this devil is going to disarm these same people
Yep.
that they're allowing to buy guns.
Yep.
Which is going to happen? It's going to be a shootout, like the brother said.
It's going to turn into a civil war type of situation.
Yeah, because they're
'Cause
going to.
he ain't finna give up his. He's not giving up his blessing.
Give up my blessing? Fuck that.
No.
And they're allowing them to buy these guns in droves, and at the same time they're going to disarm. They're going to disarm the public.
Second Amendment.
Yeah.
That's what these Edomite crackers, they stay on top of that, man.
That's why.
Laws.
That's why you're going to have an outside force like the Gerger troops, the martial law troops, the NATO troops come in, because you're going to have police on the same side as the people.
Yep.
Because they don't want to have to turn in their guns that they have. So that's why you're going to have to bring in those foreign troops.
Yep, they'll ship out. They're gonna ship out. The America's military is gonna be shipped out.
Yep.
Overseas,
drafted and shipped out. Yep.
and then they're gonna bring foreign troops.
Yep.
Yeah.
So who's gonna fight them?
Because they probably secretly like allowing foreign nations that are over here. They're allowing them to join the police forces. You already got the UN over here.
China has China got a police force here.
Yeah.
In the States, that's so-called monitoring the Chinese citizens or whatever.
New York.
Yeah.
But
you had
sleeper cells.
Yeah, exactly. Because you had a lot of Ukrainians that just migrated here, whether there be they call them refugees, but it could be we're probably pretty much sure that's a small army of Ukrainians in major cities that's just gonna, like you said, sleeper cells.
Yeah.
And you be at the grocery store and you run to somebody, I'm from France, I'm from Ukraine. And you go, oh, it's a nice lady, they're nice kids. Right? Yeah, they are, but their husband,
Right.
he didn't go to the grocery store. This motherfucker's in full.
My woman ran into them at the park, and them motherfuckers is rude, and they come over here act like they own their own shit.
Yeah.
Most of them are neo-Nazis.
Yeah. They don't like
They hate niggas.
They hate niggas.
You the face of terrorism now, Jake. If you think you haven't been, it's gonna be completely clear 2023. Do you have anything else to come for us? No, I keep reading. Was you done, Shakur?
Yeah, that was it. That was just a quick point.
Okay, yeah, so we can hold for a minute.
And I got a article. The former president of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev, he had made some predictions.
Yeah.
On Twitter.
Yeah, it was on Twitter.
Yeah, it's on Twitter. Yeah.
And who knows? Like some of it can actually be,
Yeah.
'cause they know,
They're insiders, man.
They're insiders. They pay attention to the climate of things happening on the
They still know
geopolitical,
people in
economic
there.
spectrum. Yeah.
Yeah, they're part of the lower level elites, man.
Kinda.
So they know the plan.
Yep. So I don't know if our brother got something right now.
Let me
but
wrap this up.
Yeah.
We can get in.
Yeah.
That'll go better.
Yeah, finish that up.
Yep.
Second
Verse 11, middle of verse 10, it says, the earth also and all the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord. And that was the coin of this year. It's funny, we bringing this up at the end of this year, right? But these phrases the apostle uses, they don't end right here. This phase now begins and continues on.
Yeah.
The rest of them is still the year of Karama.
It adds to it.
Exactly. It don't mean to go, the year of Karama didn't go away. It's still going as well.
Year of hasten. I think it was last year, a year of hastening of the coming of the day of the Lord.
then the turn up now.
And the
So
Lord
this is just
turning
gonna-
up this
It's
year,
gonna be
so
this
it's
year
still
gonna
that,
be the
it's
turn
still
up and
that,
the hastening and
The
the
year of push.
Karama and
Yeah.
the year to push and on and on and on. Right.
Mhm.
It says, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of it says God, right?
Mhm.
Where in the heavens, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, and see, that's what that confusion of everybody's going to be when they're going to be looking for answers or looking to be distracted. But if you're watching, you're going to understand what this is, and you're already going to be looking and calling on the name, right? It says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Goes back to the Lord is not slack concerning his promise. We're going to be looking for his promise. And some of us are seeing a down payment, if you will, of his promise in the heavens, man. You let them lights shine. The vehicles is in the heavens, man.
Yeah.
Imagine what we're going to see this year when it comes to the chariots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And looking forward to the day and hastening to come to the day of the Lord is pretty much like we're trying to hurry and want the Lord to speed the process up so that we can finally get what we've been longing for, which is a new heaven, a new earth, a new kingdom, a new rulership. So that's why we welcome the persecution that's going to come eventually for prophesying and boldly declaring the testimony of our Lord.
Right.
We welcome the basically the lamentation, the mourning, the woe that the scriptures talk about, the tribulation,
the hard time,
the hardship. Like we welcome all that. Like we hurry up and bring it. That's the attitude we have, because we know the sooner that happens, the sooner Jacob finally comes out of the womb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It talks about how Jacob is going to travail, as a woman that goes into labor.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna go through the pains, and the contractions are gonna grow worse and worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
But at the same time, at the end of it, hey, when the baby finally comes out, it's beautiful.
it was worth it.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
That's basically us finally coming into the kingdom, man.
Yeah.
After going through the hardship, after going through the travail, after going through the fire, the adversity. Okay. Hey, the apostles, they was catching hell, and that's why they kept saying, "Hey, Lord, you gonna restore us this day, the kingdom? Is it that time yet?" Like it ain't time for that right now. It's not in the Father's will to reveal that, because basically they didn't understand back then that this beast that you up under right now.
They have to come back.
They're in the pinnacle of their power right now. 70 AD hadn't even happened yet.
Yeah.
And then that beast was gonna be wounded, and he was gonna go into exile for a while, but then he was gonna come back. That deadly wound was gonna be healed.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to consider all these things. But they even back then they was hastening in the day of the Lord.
Right.
Yeah, that was it on that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep. So I guess I can go into these. This is from Newsweek, and it says Medvedev's wild 2023 predictions include Elon Musk as U.S. president. Nah.
What was funny was I was thinking him or Bill Gates could get in there, but then, if we hear that long,
Yeah. Sleepy Joe, he was just here to
to turn it up.
turn Babylon further into Sodom and Egypt.
Hey, Trump, what did Trump come to do? He came and got the minds of the people in battle.
Yeah,
in
he brought the division.
War. Yeah, division, exactly.
He made sure Babylon, the kingdom of Babylon was divided.
Yep.
And that energy is still here.
Still here. So
And
the people and versus the other nations.
hey, you'll never know Elon Musk, because
He could fund himself.
look at Trump.
Yeah.
We never thought Trump, like,
Right.
the nigga from the show,
This
what's it
nigga
called?
got charisma though, man. Oh,
The Apprentice.
The Apprentice.
Yeah, it's like, yo, this dude, and then
Well, the Lord said in Isaiah 19, "You will raise up a fierce king over Egypt." over this
Yeah.
place, America.
Cruel Lord.
That's when Jake gonna realize he saw the fucking devil, man.
Yeah.
You know?
They gonna have
Start
no
to speak
problem.
as that dragon.
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like them ancient Roman Caesars.
Yeah.
You know, you had a couple fucking assholes, man.
Nero,
Yep.
Domitian, Titus,
yeah.
Vespasian, you know.
Mhm. It says former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev made his own list of futuristic hypotheses of what could happen in the new year, including an Elon Musk presidency. This is the Russian official who currently serves as the deputy chairman of Security Council of Russia posted his list of 10 projections on his Telegram channel Monday, writing, before a new year, everyone likes to make predictions, which we know that goes back to Rome. It says his list includes forecasts of oil barrel prices, the abolition of the European Union, and a civil war in the United States.
So
I got there in Isaiah 19.
Let's get a few of these definitions right quick.
Yep. And we
Abolish,
know-
I think, is the root word of that.
And we know that according to the prophecy that Daniel in the book of Daniel, that
Abolish.
the beast would be divided up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it talks about the miry clay and
The iron
the
clay.
iron,
Yep.
and you know it would be mixed.
Showing
with-
that it was two.
Yeah,
It wasn't just all pure. Yeah, like the other parts of the.
Like the
Is that
gold,
partly weak
silver.
and partly strong?
yeah. And you already got like just the fact that they had, you know, them edges out of the Union previously, and now they're still divided up on how they should handle the Russian-Ukraine situation. You know, some of them like, man, we need to opt out of, you know, this alliance with the U.S. They costing us too much.
And
We
some
gave
of
away half our military forces over there.
and some of the members of the EU, they want to exit because they know once this war kicks off, that Article 5, they in the shit.
Yeah.
And a lot of these European countries want to stay status quo because their economy is already taking a hit through
Mhm.
the C-19.
And that pipeline.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, the North.
Yeah.
So,
And if you think about it, it's not beneficial. Not only are they in range, in
Russia's
the EU,
range, yeah.
but as well, and China and all of those
Mhm.
countries, right?
Iran.
Yep, are all in range, as well as they don't have the same military backed like a budget like America has. America just be buying military, just guns and ammo all day. Well, I ain't got all this guns and ammo like y'all.
And a lot of these EU nations, one nuke can wipe them off the map.
Yeah, they don't have big
Yeah.
landmass and continents like that.
And they say, what, it take 30 minutes to get over here?
Yeah, what's
So
that,
it's
10
like
minutes
10,
over
10
there?
minutes over there, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So they're like,
No,
no,
5 minutes, bro. What you gonna do in 5 minutes if they hit the button over there?
you done, you through.
By the time you think about it, the shit is already going on.
And they're gonna attack the major. They're gonna attack Berlin. They're gonna attack Paris.
Mhm.
They're gonna attack.
Yeah, all these Edomite union nations,
Mhm.
it's got to go anyway. They got to break this man down. So
Mhm.
these cities can easily be hit that way.
You said you had
You want the definition of abolish?
Yeah, abolish right quick.
Abolish the action or act of abolishing a system, practice, or institution.
Mm. You had a root word for that? I mean, etymology?
Etymology.
For abolish, because it just used the same word again.
Basically finish.
Yeah, to end or
To
finish is what I
They
was
said that the EU. What they said the EU was going to abolish
the abolition of the European Union.
abolition.
So
Abolition.
the end or finish of the European Union.
Act of abolishing, state of being abolished, and abolish and annulling.
No.
An action of past participle stem of abolor, destroy.
Destroy. Okay.
Well, in Revelation 17, you know, the European Union is that beast that's gonna shoot missiles on the harlot, which is America.
Mhm.
So that prediction he's saying is, you know, it's not entirely true.
Right.
You know?
It's not. Yeah, they're not gonna just completely disband
Right,
as a superpower.
right,
The Lord's still gonna use them to come against the great horde.
right.
You know,
But whether
but
they're in
they
that
have
union or not, those
they're
countries,
different. Their differences right now is because of the horde.
right, exactly.
That's what it is.
We might seek to kick the whore out the union. You know,
Well,
we're hoping, man. I mean,
Or out the
any scenario for us to finish
well, the
this whore
U.S.
off
is not a part
beautiful.
of the union, but they're part of
NATO.
NATO.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It
But they're
said,
forcing them to
and he
move.
said, in a civil war in the United States.
That's
That was
huge.
another thing.
That one, we're actually on the edge of that.
I got that Isaiah 19.
Mhm.
Isaiah 19:2. I'll read down to 4. Yeah. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Now, America's the modern day Egypt,
Mhm.
as well as Rome, Greece, Babylon, you know,
Nineveh.
Yep.
Sodom.
Mhm.
And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord,
Mhm.
and a fierce king shall rule over them.
Yeah, there's somebody in a rulership position that's set to press the button, man.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord is gonna put the spirit on whoever that is to press the button and get this turned all the way up.
Mm-hmm. Now you got civil war in this country. It's going to be a lot of confusion, you know, because I did research on. I brought this out a few times about the Weimar Republic in Germany.
Yep.
How they was battling hyperinflation, you know, and Adolf Hitler rose up into power, you know, and that dude was he was a fierce king, man, you know.
But he did help get them out of debt, didn't he?
Yeah, the German economy
Yeah.
brought that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, to get America out of debt, what they got that system, you know, that
Technology.
CHIP system,
Mhm.
you know.
Yep.
Everybody gonna start with a clean slate,
Yep.
you know.
That's that Build Back Better they was talking about.
Yep.
Great research.
Yeah.
And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. That's pretty much it.
Somebody could get Mark 3 and the 24, 25. Somebody read it in the NLT though.
Kingdom divided.
And it says, according to the list, an American Civil War will result in the separation of California and Texas into independent states and the creation of the Union State of Texas and Mexico.
We understood that Texas was already trying to succeed, you know, from the United States, man.
Florida as well.
Yeah, Florida as well. Basically, every state, you know, that wasn't down with those the C-19 regulations, man. You know, the red states, so to speak.
And did those? It's funny. There's these Confederate states that want to stay separate from the Union in the first place.
That's because Texas was the last state to abolish slavery.
Yeah.
You know, so they've always
They had
been
the most
kind
to
of
lose. Yeah.
they always been kind of against the grain, against things that America wanted to go with. Oh, someone got that in
Mark 3.
Mark, you got it?
I got it. Mark 3:24 to 26. This Mark chapter 3, verse 24. It says, a kingdom divided by civil war will collapse. Similarly, a family splintered by feuding will fall apart. And if Satan is divided and fights against himself, how can he stand?
Showing you the beast is part of that family. Showing you that Americans are part of that family. You know, saying that's divided, man. This house is divided. The house of Esau is divided in all his rulership kingdoms, you know, lands that he rules. They're all divided right now, man. They're stopped looking at the bigger picture for what's best for everyone and starting to look individually because some nations are in different positions. America can pop hot shit because they got 15,000, nukes or whatever they got in the back. Well, France may not have that, or another nation may not have that. They may only have 30.
Yeah.
And they don't want to just. I got to shoot off two. That hurts me. It ain't gonna hurt your 15,000, but it's gonna hurt me. What if you turn on me one day now that I'm down to 5?
Yeah.
Because that's how America's moving, man. America's ready to stick anybody. Whoever got it, they ready to get them.
But we understand through prophecy as well, though, that however many each nation or country has, they all gonna use them, man.
Yep.
That's why the scriptures say, "All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows," man.
Right. And her though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That was it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little more. It's not, It also says Tesla founder and Twitter CEO Musk would then have a subsequent victory during the presidential election. Now, these are all just, it's just hypothesis. It ain't like, these things are set in stone, it's going to happen.
And they got a South African.
Never there?
No, Musk.
Musk?
I think he was South Africa somewhere.
I think he's one of the, he belongs to one of the higher up families.
Yeah.
It says, in some of the states assigned to the Republicans after the Civil War, Medvedev added, other Western countries would also see some major social and political redesigns as Medvedev's predictions become true. So yeah, man. And you can see just, it's going to be a rupture of a lot of different things because Esau, he's going to be trying, he's going to be in his transformation. He's trying to, get the ball rolling for his new world order. So upon that change and the things that he's trying to implement, it's going to hurt a lot of, people that are still used to these markets and institutions that are already established. It's going and who's going to take the hit? These developing countries, the poor, and they're gonna take advantage of that. Like you see going into 2023, massive layoffs. Tax hikes.
Mm-hmm.
Inflation still going up.
Gas is eventually going to return to $7, $8, $9, $10.
Oh yes, that's without giving.
They just gave you niggas a break towards the end of this year, but
so you can participate and get the rest of the money to Christmas.
Right.
Yeah.
To the other idols.
Yeah. And then on top of that, it's a growing trend amongst the world to start to basically leave off from the petrodollar as acknowledging as the world reserve currency. They want to come up with their own alternatives. That's backed by gold, silver, and things of value. The more that happens, the more we're gonna suffer, with the petro.
Yeah.
But that's all being done by design because everybody want to go digital anyway.
Really, it ain't no petrol back in American dollar. Saudi Arabia left
America
alone,
out of there.
So it's just basically on belief now.
At this point. At this point.
I'm gonna read these the 9th and the 10th one from that list. It said the 9th one is all the largest stock markets and financial activity will leave the U.S. and Europe and move to Asia. And mainly the main country in Asia is China. Where all the manufacturing, all the business is going to China.
Remember, Klaus Schwab just recently came out and said that he wants pretty much China to be the model for all the nations.
Yeah.
The 10th one, the Bretton Woods system of monetary management will collapse, leading to the IMF and World Bank crash. Euro and the dollar will stop circulating as the global reserve currencies. Digital fiat currencies will be actively used instead. You already know what that's going to.
You know, he ain't gonna blame
CBDC.
himself. He's just gonna come up with something like, cyber attack,
Yep.
cyber terrorist attack. You know, that's gonna collapse the system.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna bring in his digital system,
Yeah, yeah.
CBDCs.
Something more secure, more security that can be hacked or broken into.
And out of all the predictions, this one right here we know is prophecy.
Yeah.
Where that they're gonna collapse the system in order to bring in the new system.
Yeah.
The CHRP.
That's one of the most probable ones he predicted.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've been already talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people been coming out, a lot of whistleblowers coming out and telling you that, hey, when they set the system up, it's going to be based on digital identification, social credit. The money that you get is going to be programmable money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basically they're going to be able to dictate how much you're worth, how much you're able to spend, what you're able to spend. They know your history,
Put a cap
on
on
what you spend. They're going to put it,
put a cap on your money you can spend.
They put an expiration date on your money, so you can't
Yeah.
save it. You have to spend it.
Yeah, what they've been doing is I forgot what country it was, but you couldn't only take out a certain amount of money from the ATM.
Sweden.
Cash,
Yes, it was
Sweden.
Sweden.
Like $33.
And then they have in certain countries, I want to say it's Belarus or somewhere, where people were fighting to try to get their money out of the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Where the money, their banks didn't have, the people's money. One lady, she robbed the bank for all the money.
Yeah.
I've seen that,
You can rob the bank for your own money. Yeah.
That's what people get.
I got a scripture. Psalms 10 and 3. For the wicked boasted of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetousness whom the Lord abhorreth. And that's what these devils are doing with their agendas. They're boasting, saying, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. That's their heart's desire. That's them trying to fulfill their new world order. And they boast about it. They say we're going to, what is it, Agenda 2020, Agenda 2030. Not knowing that the Most High is ultimately in control. Where you Edomites is on borrowed time. You don't know what you're going to do, and the things that you do accomplish and do is because the Most High allowed you.
That was it.
That was the point. Yeah.
I'll give one off the comment board. GMSVegas Art 144, 2 Corinthians 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. And this whole new system of which we know is based on a system of control. It's digital slavery basically. That is a device that he came up with, through their secret council, and which ultimately the Lord put it in them to do so because it's going to fulfill prophecy. All right, but we're not ignorant to it. That's why we make videos about it all the time. Jake, they can't, like these other dudes who still playing stupid about that prophecy. They still trying to say that it's everything but what it is.
Yeah.
Come 2023,
Okay.
it is going to be made clear.
It's gonna be epic.
It's going to be evident, man. When they start to see more and more stores, they're adopting that method of payment and the system.
It's already set up.
You got to scan to get in. You got to,
What was the
you
one?
got to get used to waving your
Amazon?
hand or using
the
using
lady
your app.
recently?
Amazon Go.
Was it that? Was the lady was walking like, what was this?
Sprouts.
It was Sprouts. It was Whole Foods.
Sprouts.
Whole Foods.
She's like, whoa,
In
I
DC.
gotta scan. I gotta have
You gotta scan your QR
code to get in here.
I
What is
seen
this shit?
gas
And it's gonna
station.
take that moment, Slucky, bro. My fault. It was like it's gonna get to that point before they realize, oh shit, like these other groups that's fucking around. Now, because they don't see the problem with it yet. That's the issue. You don't see the wickedness in this thing.
It's slowly sneaking up. It's
How do you
gradually
not-
being put in place.
You don't see the snake in the grass.
Bro,
What's the problem?
how many videos do we have to do, man? You ain't watching the videos we put out?
Again,
These
talking
people.
about you.
Right. talking about literally showing, hey, whether it be stores, articles, news, broadcasting, clips. It literally, I mean,
Mainstream media is talking about it.
Bro.
Yeah, do you think that's putting a chip? It's not a science fiction movie anymore. It's, you know,
now reality,
Was it
Yeah.
Dr.
chip your
Phil?
child.
and
And then you brought it
because-
up.
Yeah, Dr. Phil promoting.
These people are the frog in the water.
Yeah.
Yep,
Where
they don't feel the heat.
They don't feel it. It's, you know,
You're getting relaxed. Oh, I feel good in here.
and before you know it, you, like we were talking about, you ain't prepared. You haven't been rehearsing your righteous acts. You ain't preparing your spirit. When it happens, you're like, damn, what am I gonna do? I gotta eat.
To somebody that haven't been watching it, it seems sudden. Like,
Yeah.
Like the lady you mentioned that went to the store. And like she just woke up one day and went to the grocery store. Like it was a whole different system.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we've been talking about it.
Right.
But she knew it was wrong. She knew like that shit ain't good.
Yeah.
How's this?
You ask the
know?
average Jake, you know, on going on the strip right now, would you put this device in you? Oh, hell no, I ain't doing that.
Yep.
And then, but they don't know they're being conditioned right now for that device.
No, like they'll say no for now,
Yeah,
but let them come back to Vegas in the spring,
Yeah.
Look,
and in order to go find parking,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
let's
so
deal with that.
simple.
Just go find parking.
Yeah.
In order for that thing to raise up,
Yeah,
you can't use cash. You can't use a card or cash.
Yeah.
You gotta put your hand. You gotta use whatever new system or new app technology to get through. If you don't do that, then you stuck right there.
or they'll do something like, you have to use your hand, or you got to park at the lot
Yeah.
2 blocks away.
Yeah.
And niggas like, I ain't parking over there. Let me, you know.
And then the hotel's gonna have what? They're gonna have chipping stations right there.
Right
Oh,
there.
just
Yeah.
go get you'll have free parking if you go get it.
Nah, this is the time of peace. You know, this ain't, you know, not talking about Esau coming down as a flood. You know,
Forcing it. Yeah.
forcing that thing on you.
It's still peaceful. You still.
No, he doesn't have to force you. He could just corner you into it.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. He's cornering you.
What's that?
Yeah.
Coerce you.
Let me say this. So, you know, I'm slow and shit with technology, but so I'm in the store and the lady said, "Oh no, our chip reader's not working. Go ahead and tap your card."
Yeah.
So now I done learned about this tap shit and how many people got it, right? So now, why would you put it in there when they saying that people, they saying damn, they're saying Jake, but that people can read your card if you swipe it or whatever. So the safe thing to do is to tap it, right? Tap is what? So I was like, let me see. So I had it in my hand. I just tapped it over the thing in my hand like that. I said, oh shit. That's when they clicked. And the lady said, yeah. Eventually, you might as well just put it in your hand. And I looked at her. And I was like, oh shit. Like that was kind of a short conversation. But everywhere I go now, I kind of see how the cashier feels about it. Like, damn, might as well put it in my hand now.
Imagine
Would you? I ain't doing that.
At your job, if you need some kind of badge to clock in a fob or a card or something like that, right now you're tapping the thing to clock in or whatever. You depend on that. That's your money right there. Well,
My card ain't working. I can't clock in. I'm at work, but I can't prove.
but then since the new system changed,
Yeah.
all these corporations and businesses, they gotta incorporate the new system. You gotta have this in you now. Everybody gotta go get that implant.
And
Now you went from tapping to
Yeah.
putting your hand out.
Convenience is about to kill.
Huh.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, you say, "Oh, I'm gonna just quit this job." It don't matter. This shit everywhere.
It's everywhere now.
It's everywhere. It's,
bro, they can put it in these smart vehicles
they got it. There.
where
Tesla.
you gotta, you know, if you don't have it,
The
you
car
can't
door ain't
the car
open
won't
then.
start. You can't even buy a car. Why you
Exactly.
gonna buy a car if you can't even start it?
I appreciate it.
You know, it's little by little. It's just gonna be implemented
It's
everywhere,
It's gradual.
slowly. You
Gradualism.
know,
Until you got nowhere to go.
nowhere.
It's
You
everywhere.
go gas stations, your jobs, DMVs,
Yep.
federal buildings, your kids' school, hospitals, everywhere. Fuck.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then what you doing? You got
1 Thessalonians 5:3.
Yep.
We'll start here. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them." Right, at the top. But of the
Because
time,
this is what we're talking about. We're talking about, I don't know the coin of the year, that the apostle's going to acquaint it. But you got to understand, if you ain't seeing this and focusing on what's going on at this point, you so far behind.
Yeah.
Like somebody got to sit down, or you got to sit down and really download all this information into your brain. I don't mean like in the Matrix. I mean like sit down and watch these videos and listen to try to figure out what the hell is really going on in the earth.
Right.
And then who has that type of time or concentration? Like you have to be aware that these things are happening, man, because it's happening right before your eyes.
It's happening fast.
Yeah.
You know, people
You
act
can't
like
keep up.
the things. We'll go to that scripture, Ezekiel 12.
Oh, yeah.
That, we read it, bro.
This is the Proverbs.
That's what Jake thinks that. Oh, no, this shit is happening. Everything is set up. You like you said, they have the scanners in the stores. Everything is set up for the system. You may have a few stores that don't have the register or whatever, but
That's what I was gonna
everything is not going to be even any more cash registers.
Let me say it this way, because this was huge. When you said the technology that already moved, the UPC is what's selling everybody, which is that barcode, right?
Mhm.
Which is what that MARK, when you read the number, is pretty much inside of.
Mhm.
Now, that UPC, it does what? It helps on what's that called? You lose collateral losses. I forgot what it's called, but it helps you shrinkage or whatever it is. It helps you from losing a lot of product. So you can control everything. So what better to put into an inventory?
Yeah.
What better to do to have everybody go to that? You can tell if somebody's stealing. You can tell if something is not where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You have complete control of your inventory.
Yeah.
And so why wouldn't you not, if that's working with the products in these stores, why would you not put that on the people? That's the same technology, and that's where this is going.
And they're going to use it and make it seem like we're going to make the world more efficient.
Exactly. We can we don't have to worry about losing money in this. The same, because these stores know this much money is given away. Like prior to this UPC codes, this much money is being given away just from theft and broken and different shit and lost. But once that UPC came in, now we can control where everything was at, where it was lost, who had it, if it got stolen or whatever. Greater control.
Esau is gonna market this extremely well to the masses, man.
Yeah.
And whatever you like or whatever you keen on in this society, he's gonna make a way for that chip to sound convincing to you.
He's going to attack whatever
Pleasures.
Yeah, things that you're into, whatever demographic. Like it could be the gamers, it could be the sports goers, it could be the movie goers, whatever you're into, whatever you're attached to in this society, in this system. Esau's going to attack that.
No, it's going to become it's basically a miracle.
Yeah.
The scriptures tell you that that's how the beast was going to deceive the world, is through the miracles that they're going to be able to do. And the way they're going to promote this thing with the capabilities that it have and the access to certain things, people are going to look at this like, man, this is like, this right here, this is going to change the freaking game.
It's convenient.
This is super convenient. Like, this is like,
That tap shit is super convenient, bro. I damn near ain't got to take it out my wallet.
Yeah.
And so niggas is looking suspect. You just gotta hurry up and tap it and put it away. Man, nigga put his hand over there like, yeah,
Hey,
right.
You think about all the store owners. No more armed robberies.
Exactly.
Ain't no more sticking them in the liquor stores. None of that. You don't have to worry. Like, nigga, you rob me. What you gonna rob me of? It's all digital.
That was Nipsey's deal, right?
And that's appealing to the masses, to the public. Oh, it's safer now. We don't have to have as many police force. We can put these dogs and these robots out there.
Speaking of the inventory, wasn't that just Walmart that just said they were going to quote unquote close stores because they're losing too much
inventory? If they got to do this, they're gonna have to start closing stores. More stores lately. You had that.
Ezekiel 12, starting at verse 21. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is this proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth? Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel.
Yep.
But say unto them,
And that right now, that's a proverb now. Especially these Christian jakes.
Yeah.
They don't see none of this. They don't see none of it. They're completely blind to this.
There's no way they can tie with the MOTB to the scriptures. They
That
don't.
has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
This 666 Antichrist is gonna come with his tattoo with it on his forehead and shit.
But you got some Christians that do know.
Yeah, the Bible
Yeah,
Belt,
yeah,
the deep Bible Belt ones are
They know.
picked up on it though. Right.
It's the ignorant ass Jake in
Yep.
the churches.
Mhm. It's all about the money. The money
Yeah.
jakes.
See them Harley houses like next to a liquor store. Them type niggas.
Yeah.
They
Them
don't
type
know
niggas.
nothing, man.
Through.
They gonna be the first ones in the lines with their hands up.
Big mama.
Church over there on the road.
Yeah, kind of
You know that?
Yeah. There's more
Was
close.
there more?
Go
it
ahead.
says, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. But say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. And the brother put that on the board, that Habakkuk 2:3.
Yeah.
Verse 24, it says, for there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord Yahweh, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass.
Hey, it's gonna be plain to everybody at some point. And you're not gonna be like, well, this is it. This the end. This the apocalypse. They gonna say all this shit.
Yeah.
They gonna say all of this stuff. And it's gonna be true. Yeah. They gonna. It's an alien invasion. It's a zombie apocalypse. They gonna say all of this shit. And it's gonna be true.
It's MK Ultra.
They gonna say all the worst things, and it's all gonna be true. And they're not gonna understand how to escape it, man.
Well,
Only the men of the Lord gonna be able to guide anybody that has the spirit on to escape.
kind of like when the Crown 19 came out, everybody was scared, and then they, little by little they came out with the solution, and we were telling you not to take it.
Mhm.
No, take that shit, man. Don't trust them.
And they didn't give options. They just gave you one solution.
Yeah, and the servants of the Lord were telling you not to take it.
Yep.
So it's the same thing with this. You know, they're gonna come. There's gonna be a problem. Cyber attack, something where the banks are gonna get shut down. Everything's gonna shut down. They're gonna come out with that solution, and here we are telling you not to take it.
Yep.
Whatever that is, it's the same thing.
Yep.
Bro, I find it interesting that today I got two coworkers. They both took that thing, and randomly they both got the same pain in their leg going up their back. I didn't say nothing, of course, but they was both talking about it. I'm like, oh, shit.
That's it. Yeah.
You know,
That was it. Or there was more?
It's a little bit more. It says, for in your it says, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord power. Again, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesied of the times that are far off. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord power.
And you tell Jake about this technology, CHIP, and they think it's a far off. Like, nigga, it's people in the States with it already in them. It's people that got it. We're not talking about, yes, people in Sweden that got it, but people in the States have it already.
Yeah.
So it's not something that we're just, making up.
Yeah, all you need to take like one chaotic event.
Yeah.
For everything to, switch over.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
When this system collapses, that system's ready to go in place. Now it's not gonna be instantaneous that they switch it over. They gotta let the chaos ensue a little bit. Panic.
They gotta have people yearning and wanting for something.
Like fiends, man. And you gonna just like the C-19, man.
Because a lot of like you said, we're talking about a lot of the system is set up. So once a cyber attacker comes or whatever, that's just gonna basically turn the page onto everything digital now.
Yep.
You know, that's going to do away with the cash. They may give you an opportunity to turn in your cash, but once that deadline hits, that's it. No more cash, no more coins. Everything is digital. You know, due to the the recent cyber attack, yada yada yada. You know, Esau has a way of using words and to manipulate the masses through their media, through all types of shit. But people are gonna Esau at that point. Esau's not gonna give nobody a choice. You ain't got a choice. We ain't got a choice now because we're living under this man's system. You know, we have to adhere to some of the rules to to maintain the society. But when the time comes, when that hour of temptation comes, that's when you're going to have a choice.
Mhm.
That's the choice that
go with or without.
Right.
And
he that shall save his life shall lose it. He that loses life
for
for
my
my
sake,
sake
you
shall gain it eternal.
Yes.
Right.
You have to make that choice, man.
You gotta believe, but you gotta believe that. You gotta have been. It's like knowing I can shoot. It's like without Steph Curry, I can shoot from half court, right? I can make these. But how do you know? Because I've been doing it. Because when nobody saw me doing it, I've been practicing doing this. I can do these all day. When you see these NBA players making these miraculous looking shots, they do this shit in practice and in their own time. All the time, they work on these things, these situations.
That's why
These buzzer beaters.
It may look easy,
right?
But
the training to do it,
man, that shit hard as hell.
You know, it ain't all this. Ain't just luck shooting from half court or a play they run a curl from out of bounds or some shit. And they make a fadeaway three. They've been shooting that fucking fadeaway three.
Right.
You know, every day they run that situation. Yeah. So the same thing for us. We've been rehearsing this situation of that hour of temptation, man. When it comes, that we have to deny and we have to put full trust into you. How about you,
Hey, I'm reading this commentary from Chuck Smith on the Blue Letter,
In
and it's about the MOTV, right? And I scrolled down to what it says, and I've never read because I read other commentaries on it too, but this one kind of gets the closest to what it is. So I'm gonna read it real quick, and it says Revelation 3:13-16. It says, now in France they have developed and have already trial marketed a smart card. A smart card looks much like your Visa card or Master Charge, with the exception that the smart card has implanted in it a little computer chip that keeps track of your account. And if you try to use that card and you are above your limit, it just won't work. Your cards knows what your limits are. It keeps a constant monitoring of your account, and you can't go over your limits with this smart card. Now, the Bank of America and Citibank of New York are extremely interested in looking into this smart. So this probably an old commentary. It says, and they are thinking about this same thing for our use in Visa and MasterCard. In fact, there's an article in today's paper on that. It was in a Santa Ana Register on the smart card. According to the article, the banks are extremely interested in encouraging people away from writing checks. They don't do that no more. They are getting buried in paper, and they want you to start using cards. Now there is a course already talking about the implanting of C-hips under the skin on a person's hand for a positive identification. It is the same kind of thing as the smart card. It would be the same kind of computer or C-hip implanted under the skin of your hand, and it would do the same thing. It would keep track of your account so you could never overdraw.
And now think about it. Let's go back to when there were checks and all this. People knew their bank account number.
Yeah.
They knew those. They knew phone numbers. Nobody knows phone numbers, and nobody has all the information that's stored into these phones now.
Yeah.
So all the stuff that you don't want to keep in your brain and memorize phone numbers, people's addresses, all this other stuff, you just put into Google, and then it'll take you there. That's what's going to be on this thing. Your blood type, your hospital, medical information, banking information, your personal information. All these things could easily go right onto that. So just like it's already on your phone.
Yep.
Your phone already is reminding you of what you already like, recommended for you.
In some states, they have it where you can have your ID on your phone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You already know they start that when you get pulled over by police. You can have the digital.
A lady told me, she said, I don't even
Insurance
bring a
card,
wallet no more. I just have my phone. I leave my wallet at home or in the car. So as long as I have my phone, everything, I got Apple Pay, I got I got Tap, well not Tap, what she say? I got Apple Pay and I have everything, my insurance, my ID, everything is already on my phone.
Yeah.
And and it's verified that it's me. It's not
Mhm.
like I got somebody else's phone, it's all me.
Mhm.
So now I
And
don't
this is
have
why
to
they're
worry
coming.
about this
And this is why they're coming up with a global digital identification system.
Mhm.
Everything's going to be linked through that, and the MOTB is going to play right into that. It's pretty much like a digital slave pass.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you don't have the identification to the beast, because that's
Yep.
a way of the beast identifying his property,
Mhm.
his servants, his slaves or whatever. If you ain't under that, you ain't got that, then it's gonna be hard for you to move around.
What's that called at the DMV? The type of card you gotta have at the DMV.
Real ID.
Real ID.
Yeah.
It's the same type system that you have to be into that system, but it's gonna be under the full beast of the world.
They got a digital ID app. It says digital ID is your reusable digital identity, verified once, then reuse your digital ID to prove who you are online and in person. And they have it in, of course, the Google Play and the Apple Store.
Yep.
Yeah. That's gonna be wild, man. That's control at its fullest extent.
Yep.
Because now that we have all your information, if we detect any
Nefarious.
breach of policies, we see you doing things that's against the established law.
Yep.
This is when we can start taking things into action, where we can remove certain privileges.
And YouTube, you can't upload. Same thing. They take away. You can't drive. You gotta get public transportation.
It's gonna come with terms and conditions.
There you go.
Exactly.
Terms and conditions.
We ain't gonna be able to be on the internet anymore.
No.
Like that.
Right.
Nah.
They were like, no, y'all, everything y'all put up is always offensive.
And it goes against your social credit score.
It's gonna keep bringing your social credit score down. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing.
You might need it to identify yourself to go on the internet.
And if you get too many, like I guess, if you have a history of them keep taking points down, they probably just lock your ass up.
Yeah.
Put you in a detention center, concentration camp or
But what
something.
we talked about earlier, they don't have to lock you up no more.
Matter of fact,
you're digitally locked up.
Matter of fact, didn't they do that on that episode of on
Black-
Nosedive and Black Mirror?
Yep.
When her points got so low
Mhm.
at the end, they just put her in that I don't know what that was.
Watch that.
Yeah.
But it was like glass, but she was just in a room, like they just put her in there.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Revelation 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may
You won't get you won't go ahead and get your the jabs. You won't get your C hip. You just
You're
won't
just
be
not gonna
rebellious.
comply with nothing.
Nothing against this image. We gonna lock your ass up.
the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So the prison houses, concentration camps, they're gonna have the guillotine there too. Man.
Mm-hmm.
Revelation 20, souls witness, the witness of the souls beheaded for Yahushua.
For the testimony.
Think about it. If you endure that prison time and you're not eating the food that they give you, they gonna. Well, what the fuck, man? Why not? What's wrong? Why don't you? And that's probably when the spirit will come up on us to just the Lord put the words in our mouths to tell them.
Like Stephen.
Yeah.
I need to read this next verse.
Yep.
He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death.
Yep.
On this digital ID app, it has the lady's face, her name, birth, date of birth, and a QR code.
Mhm.
And the QR.
And the QR code. So,
Yep.
you know, that's basically your new identity.
Yep.
You know, until you know they bring out the see here.
Mm-hmm.
And that lady needed a QR code to get in
The
the store,
Whole Foods.
Yeah.
the Whole Foods, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She's like, I don't want to scan that.
Yep. And this is crazy. Like, this is a commentary in the blue letter.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at it.
They're literally telling you, like, they believe what this is. It says, right here, read back into it. It says it would keep track of your account so that you could never overdraw. It could replace money completely. The computers could keep the whole accounting. The chip, the CHIP, would establish your limits, and you would do all your buying and selling with the MARK that is in your right hand.
And it's funny because don't they what was that on? Well, probably on video games shit. You can't even. They won't even highlight or something that you can't afford. You can't afford. You can't even option
Yeah.
to even look at it really. You know what I mean? Like, you know how they had them digital drink cases and shit.
Mhm.
You had a milk. You can afford milk. You can afford water. You cannot afford champagne. You cannot afford juice. So don't even think about those. Don't even try to open up for that. You know, just like they make it gray. Or,
They're gonna limit your buying on certain things.
Even if you do got the money,
Yeah.
you can't.
Like, no, you
bought
spent.
this too many
You
times.
bought this amount of beef this for the month.
Yep.
That's it.
Total control.
Hey, which doesn't allow you to help out somebody else.
Mhm.
Like, okay, I got 2 pounds of ground beef for my family. What you need 3 more pounds of ground beef for? Oh, because I'm selling this EBT to my neighbor. That's what, you know.
Oh, yeah,
Ain't gonna let you do none of
you're
that
gonna be
shit.
able to buy food stamps from.
Yeah.
You know,
You gonna be
You
able
want
to
to buy
hustle
these
some-
food stamps?
Yeah.
Ain't no more cutting.
no more of that.
Ain't no more cutting the corners. Ain't no more Jake getting paid at the table, cheating on your taxes.
No.
Everything is going to be tracked and accounted for in this new system.
That's
Jake
it.
is used to, oh, let me just do a little side job, and if you're not in this system, you ain't gonna have a job.
You know, Esau and the lead, they're like rubbing their hands together, like,
We get a
man,
chunk of everything
you know?
that come through here.
They get a tax everything.
salivating, bro. They just like, this is that moment they've been waiting for, you know?
They keeping you at a point where you will own nothing and you will be, let's say you say you'll be happy.
You'll be happy.
This is it. This is their last grab, you know? Because they've already robbed everybody of everything.
Pretty much.
You know? They have everything. They have all the resources. They have all the everything. They own it all. Now they just want you.
Yeah, you're the last commodity left.
You know, they want to control
And
you.
that's when we go into the book of Revelation and it talks about the merchandise in which Babylon, was selling. One of them said what? Souls of men. You know?
Yeah, that's what it is, man.
That's the hottest commodity going.
They want to be able to control everybody on the planet. That's why they feel like they're the most high. That's the ultimate power trip.
Well, all the products Esau said, you're gonna need manpower to develop those things, man.
This is 1 John 5:19 in the NLT. It says, "We know we are the children of the Most High, and that the world around us is under the control of the evil one." And that's clearly, it's under the control of the devil right now. This is the God. He's the God of this world. So this is how he sees fit. Like, and we always talk about how this devil, he wants his birthright. So this is his warped vision or version of the birthright.
Yep.
Because we know that according to the blessing was that all nations would serve him. Basically, everybody would be slaves up under Jacob.
To help build up his world and to better him.
He would be given the dew of heaven, the fatness of the earth, and all nations would serve him. Everybody would bow.
Corn and wine will sustain him, and all of these things. Yeah.
So Esau's version of that is, well, yeah, the nations are going to serve us, but this is how we going to do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna implement complete control. You know.
Because he can't. Hey, if you think about it, without the chips, but without the chip, he can't get that complete servitude from all nations, which we're gonna get. He can't get it without.
We ain't gonna have to use technology to keep track of where the nations and
you didn't bring all your best.
We're not gonna have to reduce the population because they won't comply. We want a mass population so they can help build and work more. But like you said, we're gonna have that ultimate control that Esau doesn't have. That's why he wants to reduce it to what 500 million, where he can control, the people and all the resources and everything.
That's why he's mad at the Middle East, because he can't get them over, man. He can't make them serve him.
Yeah.
They're not gonna serve this guy.
They won't serve him, and they won't. If they just turned over their resources, they just gave E all that damn oil, and
that's all they
want is the resources, because they know they can bomb and kill off the people.
There's 1 Thessalonians 5 at the top. But of the time and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Now it's beautiful when you talk about that birth situation, event type coming. And you saw the signs, man. The signs were there. You didn't see this woman big ass belly sitting up there. You didn't see her in pain and wincing and shit from here and there. You didn't see this coming. You didn't see the contractions kicking. You didn't see none of these things happening before the actual birth came. And this is what we've been telling you. We've been prophesying that, hey, she's gonna give birth any day now, man. You don't see that big belly. You don't see, all these other signs.
It says, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness.
What the scripture say? Be occupied in prophecy.
Yep.
So the spirit, our mind is occupied in prophecy, man. Occupied in these things we're talking about.
And those things that we're occupied in are the light. That light. So when the darkness comes and this stuff is happening, y'all ain't gonna know what the fuck is happening. But we gonna have light to shine on these situations. We're gonna understand how to move because we've been looking at it in the light.
The light is truth. It's knowledge.
Yeah.
Prophesying it unto you, right?
It says, therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night.
Spiritually dead.
But let us.
Jake's still talking about some damn out of line.
Yeah.
He's still talking about Kemet. It's just still on the same bullshit, played out bullshit.
Even this guy Andrew Tate, man, he fucking before he was arrested, he converted to Islam and shit. This guy knows about the leads to saying the Matrix, blah blah blah. He haven't received the love of the truth, man.
Yeah.
All that money and still ain't received the love of the truth.
Yep.
As much as you on the internet, you ain't came across the prophets.
Right.
Shit, they're about to kill that dude. So if you keep on talking,
you see all them damn hand gestures they doing now. Brothers just kind of breathed over that. He really said much about it. Hopefully it's not true.
I've been watching.
He got them.
Both of them.
Brothers.
Yep.
It says, but let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. For Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua.
That's right.
Yeah, so we just have to watch, pray, and stay moving in the spirit. And that's it. And how do we know how to move in the spirit? By reading the word, by staying occupied in prophecy, keeping our focus and seeing and staying on our watch so we know when to make a move. Because don't you have to become more heightened when shit is happening? Yeah. Okay, let me stay aware and circumspect so I don't get trapped up in none of these pitfalls, man. Okay? That's how it works. You have more something.
I got some.
I got something. You got it.
Sirach Ecclesiasticus 5 and 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
Let me get this one. Habakkuk, we talked about it. Habakkuk chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 1 though. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what they will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am approved. And what's the answer? Hey, the Comforter is speaking to you. Stay comforted, even though these times of trouble are coming. You got to stay watching, but it's only because it's like, okay, he only has two hands. He gonna swing with the right first, then he gonna swing with the left. Okay, well, even though you know that that's coming, you still got to watch for the left. Yeah. You still got to watch for the, you still got to watch for the move. So you got to stay locked in to that. Okay? It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And we're starting to watch this thing. I mean, it's actually speaking loud and clear. This thing is speaking loud and clear right now. You can't see it, it's you choosing not to see it. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Y'all got it.
There's 1 Peter 4:7. And it reads, but the end of all things is at hand. Mm-hmm. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta keep a sober mind. Think you don't want to go into a fight drunk. Mm-hmm. Damn, my senses and my timing is off. You want to be sharp and crisp. And this is a fight for your life, a fight for your soul.
And also being sober doesn't just mean you just stay watching the news channels and alternative news. It's also talking about being attentive to your state of mind, your spirit, right? Being a guard over yourself, knowing that in these days and times, Satan's going to be on attack, not only just with the people, but also he's going to be trying to attack you as well. Yeah. So keep an open mind that you're prone to Satan's attacks. Yep. So this is why we focus on building up our faith, and making sure we brush up on any inaccuracies or any pitfalls or any weaknesses that we have coming into the day, so that we don't fall. Okay, that's another thing to stress. Because hey, we're all prone to demons. Mm-hmm. The scriptures talk about the deceitfulness of sin, where you might not think that you really slacking or going off or falling off, but in actuality, it could very well be happening. So we gotta be sober about that as well. And the biggest temptation repellent is fear. Yeah. Fear of the Most High.
Yeah. Humility. Fear breeds humility. Mm-hmm.
All right. And we're hoping that the Lord preserve us through this. Because right now we're going into these things and we're saying what should be done, but when the time happens,
yeah.
It's a different thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then to do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
And you see these boxers, right, talking about, we had a good game plan. I stuck to the game plan, and that's the whole point. We got the game plan, but you got to stick to the game plan. The whole fight. And yet there might be some adjustments in the moments, but the game plan don't change.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 16. This is the NLT. It says, keep a close watch on how you live and on your teaching. Stay true to what is right for the sake of your own salvation and the salvation of those who hear you.
Beautiful.
I got one. I want to bring this out at the beginning, but the spirit moved around. So, Joshua 24, and I'm gonna start up at 14, it says, "Now therefore fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity
Mhm.
and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord Yahweh. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord Yahweh, right? Choose you this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell." Insert Babylon, America, whatever, Western world, modern world, whatever, right? "But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua."
Plain.
Yeah, it's just the saying. But I'm not on some New Year's resolution. But hey, if you need a moment to stop and start, this is not a bad one. Now, the present is always a good one. Presently yesterday, presently today, and tomorrow. There is no tomorrow, says Apollo Creed. All right?
The Lord, he's drawing the line.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that line is getting thinner and thinner.
That's right.
Like, what you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of, right.
You gonna take this serious? Like, what are you gonna do? That's what it's gonna boil down to. The Most High is he's gonna make it visible. It's gonna be clear that he's drawing a line right now. You either gonna stand on what you believe in and profess it and stand on it, and even willing to die for it, or you just gonna give in.
What else you gonna be, a rapper? These rappers getting murdered. There's gonna be a nigga. These niggas getting killed.
Right.
What else you got? This is the only avenue where life is the end, is the expected end of this thing.
Yeah.
Everything else equals death. So choose you life that you may live, or they that hate me love them.
There it is. That's it. That was it.
That was it on that one.
All right. So hey, Lord willing, you brothers out there, and y'all be safe out there, man.
Right.
The evil forces, them spirits out there. The death angels is gonna be ripping through people tonight. So brothers, stay girded, stay locked in, be circumspect. All right, and hey, it's gonna be a bumpy ride for 2023. So strap up, buckle up, and really, what I mean by is, hey, put on the whole armor of the Most High.
Right.
All right, put on the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith. Keep that on you at all times, man. All right. It's going to be some serious things, but we just got to continue to endure. All right. So continue to watch, continue to pray, keep studying, and stay grounded, man. And with that, we're going to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Then once to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone, and peace, blessings, and salutation to the tabernacle of David, the hopeful elect. Those say Shalom wa Abba Ball. Shalom.
More year out. Good books, man. You live in the time of